Okay, Wildcatter Podcast number 4. Ready? All right.
That was the intro?
That was the intro. Welcome! How are you? This is Wildcatter Podcast number 4. It is February, but I guess it doesn't really matter because you can listen to this at any time, so I won't tell you the year. All right. Well, welcome. This is Brian.
This is Ray.
We'd like to welcome you again to our podcast. Today we're going to talk about ebooks. Ebooks. What are ebooks? Rebecca.
One thing that I saw that stood out at TCA.
I didn't ask you about TCA, so what are ebooks?
Actually, that we presented on were ebooks. Why? Because they can be interactive and students and teachers can publish these to the web and share with everyone and even possibly sell their books.
Okay, I know I usually say the opposite, but I need you to be a little louder.
Oh, please no.
Really? You want me to be louder?
There you go. Perfect.
Now I'm going to have to just get closer. Hang on. I'm not going to be shouting. So anyways, what are we talking about?
We're talking about ebooks. What a interesting concept. I mean, generally when we think of ebooks, we think of Barnes & Nobles and I guess the Nook. But how does that, we don't have Nooks or we don't have Kindles, so how do we fit that in here at school?
You can create ebooks on Macs or PCs
Okay, let me back up. You know what? I got you too far. That's my fault. We talked about ebook. What is it and why do we think we want to use them?
Again, student publishing, you can use them as student portfolios. Just a accumulation of things that happen with the students throughout the year and then publish that. Or just save it as a PDF. You can use them in writing for storytelling. You can use them for book reports, research papers. And the best thing about it is you can add media like pictures and video, live video. So it's pretty cool.
An interactive book. Really?
Yes.
Cool. Sweet.
What's the E stand for?
Moving on.
I don't understand what you're saying.
So we talked about...
Why did you research that on your little tablet there?
So I get we don't know?
Electronic, maybe?
Electronic format. There it is.
So what we've talked about is we can use them as digital portfolios. We can use them for writing book reports, and it's amazing.
Any subject.
You know what's amazing to me? I've seen some students. You could threaten their life and they wouldn't write a paper, but you put it online, and some of them.
It's just the thought of them publishing out to the web for the world to see is what gets them. Yep.
Amazing. So how would Cal Allen ISD students and or teachers create an ebook? It sounds pretty daunting, like a pretty hard task to do.
Actually, iBooks, if you have a Mac, I'm going to talk about 2 different platforms here, and both of them are very, very easy to use, and actually I'm putting together a how-to right now. But iBooks Authors is pretty new, and pretty much it's just a drag and drop. You drag and drop your videos, your pictures, you type up your text. You need to create an account with iBooks, and you can create a free or a paid account. The free account is if people like, let's say us, if we put together a how-to or something and I want to publish it, I'm not going to make money off of it. I'm just going to send it off to my free account. If it's something I want to make money off of, then I'll send it to the paid account. And Apple then reviews it and they do whatever they have to do and then publish it out and get it out there into iBooks. So now everyone has access to that book.
Got it.
Now the other one is epub, and that is for both Mac and PC, and basically it's the same thing, just drag and drop. So they're pretty easy to use.
The whole idea is that it gives the kids a purpose to create and to do products in class. It's no longer just going to another student in the class. It's not just going to the teacher just to grade it, just to have a grade, to go in the grade book. It's actually more of, gives a sense of purpose and some relevance to what they're doing in the class.
I know that's enticing for the elementary kids. They really like making books. But one of the things I look at is when you get into high school, as some are applying to college, you can say, here is my portfolio.
Yes.
Here's some projects I've done.
It's a different way of, and that's going to catch their attention, those colleges.
So that's iBook Authors.
And epub.
And epub
is the other tool you can use. Now, there's a whole lot of other ones, and even apps on the iPad where students can create books and then have them published, like to Amazon.
But since most of ours are Windows-based machines right now, epub will work on Windows, and they can do.
And there's other PC Windows-based.
And epub
tools.
is free.
Yeah, and we're putting together that PDF, actually an iBook of tools for teachers to choose from. So if you don't have a Mac, don't worry. There's a tool that you can use as well for with your students.
Where will they find this book?
They are going to see it as a PDF.
And it will be
not going to be published yet.
Okay.
Yes. I have to share this. There was a story that I heard in one of these sessions about a 16-year-old girl who just wrote a little children's story. You know, it was just a picture and the 2 sentences underneath. Next page, picture, illustration, and 2 sentences underneath. And she published that to Amazon, and it just happened to be the month of December. And she made close to $7,000 in the month of December.
Holy
She sold
cow.
her little book for 99 cents and made close to $7,000. Yep. So now she's a children's author.
Wow.
16 years old.
So did she get an A in English?
Oh, I'm sure she did.
We interrupt this program to annoy you and make things generally irritating.
So we talked about why we do it. We talked about what it is and what we use to do it. How do we save it? And a little bit about, here's the program you use to publish it. But say I'm an English teacher or a history teacher and I want them to write a report, but I don't want them to publish it to the internet. I just want it for a grade. How do the students, how would they...
The good thing about these, like epub, and iBook authors is that you can start in Word or Pages or create a PDF and then upload that PDF to iBook authors or epub.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, they can publish it.
If they want to.
If they want to. Now, again, you're starting off in Word, or you can start off in Word or Pages, and then, put it into iBook authors and have it published, but you don't have to. You can also start off in iBook authors and do all the work in there and save that, export it as a PDF, and never have to publish it.
Cool. So then if they wanted to, they could print it out, or they could just turn in the PDF.
Yes.
And have the teacher collect them
electronically.
Neat. So teachers even can use this if they wanted to hand out a handout, so to speak, on, say, the Civil War. But you know what? I'm going to put in there a couple of videos that I found online of Civil War reenactments and things like that. Now you have an interactive textbook, really.
With video, and they can add their own pictures and text and anything they need.
Wow.
A whole lesson, interactive lesson.
Well, Ray is yawning, so I guess that means it's time to go. But
yeah, he yawns. He's bored if it does not involve video of himself.
Today is Pick on Ray Day.
Any resemblance between these two characters and living persons is purely accidental.
I think that's it.
Wonderful. We appreciate this information and how easy it is. Will be soon links to Ray and Rebecca's iBook on how to publish, how to make an EPUB or an ebook, electronic for Ray.
Hey, there'll be a scary book coming out.
A scary book?
Yeah, it's going to be called Rebecca.
I'll get you back for that.
Well, we will. Hopefully it'll be ready for Halloween.
Okay, that's enough. That's the end.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Hey, the gang has to go. That's the end of our show.
Too long, too long, too long.
You know we'll be back, but for now we gotta go.
Too long, too long, too long.
It's been fun.
Yes, sir.
Every crazy minute. There's a show next week, and we'll all be in it. To make a long story short.
Too long, too long, too long.
Magilla, Gorilla, and all of his friends say so long, so long, so long. They're sorry to go, but the the show has to end. So long, so long, so long. It's been great.
Yes, sir.
Every month till minute, there's a show next week, and they'll all be in it to make a long story short. So long, so long, so long.
Be sure to see the Peter Potamus Show.